Shalom. I want to first start off giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles as well as the men that taught them, the elder high priests, as well as the elder bishops and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And as we know, during this time, which Esau, the so-called white man, calls the New Year, which is not a true New Year, all right? New Year's come in during the springtime when everything's starting to bud and blossom and starting to grow, you know? Not when the trees are, have no leaves on them, things are dying at the which is really the end of the year, okay? The winter is the end of a year. The spring is the beginning of a year. All right. As we know, when so-called New Year's come around, it's supposed to be a joyous time. It's supposed to be a time of celebrating, laughing, singing, dancing, eating, right? Which this whole New Year's thing goes back to pagan worship like the rest of these so-called holidays. Okay? But there's not too much of that going on. And even though it's going on, the reality is everybody's life is in distress. And I'm really just focusing on over here in America. Okay? The spirit of distress. And it's really all around the world. But like I said, I'm focused on here in Babylon the Great. America's known as Babylon the Great. Spiritually, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, and there's other code names, all right, for America in the scriptures. Well, the people of this place, of Babylon, are distressed, all right? The thrill is gone, you know? People in the spirit of sadness, depression, all right? Why? Because this system has failed them, all right? The economic structures all jacked up, so that means that's going to fall on the people. People are drowning in debt. The cost of living is way too high. People are not being paid fair wages, okay? But the cost of living is steady going up. All right, inflation is through the roof. We haven't even got to hyperinflation yet. And people are barely making it. They're making it by really staying in constant debt. People are living paycheck to paycheck, paycheck behind paycheck, meaning by the time they get paid, there's so much in debt that by the time they get their paycheck, they gotta pay the debt on. They gotta pay debt. Okay, I mean they had to go in the hole just to make it to the next check. Okay, you have no more dollars. You're at $0. You done spend all your paycheck up, right? But you still need to live, so you go borrow money from wherever you borrowing the money from. Okay, but the money has to get paid back, whether it's a payday loan, some loan of some sort, a credit card. All right, then you get your check, and you got to pay that back. So you in the hole by the time you get your check. So you live in paycheck, behind paycheck. You know, the average citizen don't even have enough money for a $500 emergency. Okay? Relationships are failing, okay, at an all-time high. Families are broken up and divided more than ever. There's no spirit of togetherness. There's no more sitting down eating dinner, especially on these so-called holidays like your Christmas that just passed. Okay? Sitting down at the dinner table, the whole family, you know, conversating and talking about whatever, vanity. Okay? The spirit of mirth is gone. The thrill is gone in this place. You know, and you can just feel it and you can see it. So I want to go in Isaiah, the 24th chapter, and I'm gonna read 1, 2, 3, 4 verses out of this chapter. And you go in Isaiah 24, ultimately is going into, America being destroyed, all right, by thermonuclear destruction. It also goes, it's going into when we were back in our land, us Israelites, okay, that we were going off, and then the Heavenly Father Yahweh got pissed with us and destroyed us off the land, right? And then it goes into how now that's fitting to America, okay? Because this man took this book onto himself, said he was gonna do things according to the book, which means he was gonna do things righteous, and he went against that, dead, totally against it. I'm gonna say dead set, totally against it, against the way of righteousness. All right. And it's going into these times when now, to where before this place is wiped off the map, this place is gonna be in all out chaos, because the system is gonna completely fail the people. And it's failing us right now. Okay? There are no jobs. You can get a job, but it's not going to be enough for you to pay your cost to pay to live in this place. If you got a job, you got just enough, you know. But family is okay. If things are not so messed up in the financial arena, then you're in bad health. So forth and so on. We're gonna get into it. Let's get into this. Isaiah 24, Isaiah 24 and 8. It says, "The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice ended." Right? There's a lot less partying and bullshit going on, because a lot of it's because of money reasons. People don't have the money to buy alcohol like they did, you know, because if you host a party, it costs. You can't just host a party because you have a lot of love inside of you. Oh, I'm filled with the spirit and of love, and I want my friends and family to come over and enjoy this feeling with me because of a so-called holiday, okay, or whatnot, because of a new year. Well, people don't have the resources to, like they once had. It wasn't nothing to throw a party, you know. And then if you are partying, for the partying that is going on, deep down inside, when the party is over, you feel like shit, because your life is in shambles, because the system is falling all apart. All right. People are losing their jobs at a record high. All right. All right. Divorces are happening. Most of the time, majority of the time, men are found on the shitty end of the stick on a divorce. Okay. Or they get the short end of the stick. And the women are the ones filing the divorces. Because they're the ones really out here. Well, the men are too. Adultery is being committed. And these women are just really, they want to, be promiscuous. All right. They can't keep their legs closed. So they'll say, I'm getting a divorce for irreconcilable differences, which is all BS. It really just means I want to be a hoe, and this marriage is getting in the way of that. So let me take this man's resources, and it can further my agenda, these women's agenda, which is to, go out here, pretty much be a goddamn hoe. They can further that mission with the resources of the husband, their husband that they're divorcing. Okay, people in bad health, horrible health. All right, and then you're having money problems. So what's there to rejoice about? People are not rejoicing as they once did. Okay, and you can see it. You can feel it. People are trying to tap into it, but it ain't nothing to tap into because this place sucks. That's why it sucks. When you having money problems, health problems, relationship problems, your children is all jacked up, you know, then what are you really rejoicing about? Because it's a so-called holiday, you can't get the woes of your life off your mind in a time where you're supposed to be full of joy, rejoicing, celebrating. Reading on, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, some people can't. I don't even want to drink. Hey, man, have a drink with me. I don't even feel like drinking right now. Then those that are drinking, all right, are drowning in sorrow. Drinking to try to escape the hell. All right. So the drink is supposed to help, but it's bitter. This ain't even cutting it. Smashing the damn glass against the ground, you know, because you just might lose your job while you at the bar having a drink. Edomite's at the bar having a drink. He's mourning that his wife is divorcing him, and he's having financial problems. One of the reasons is because they're undergoing financial problems. So what does that mean? The curses are coming upon these other nations and these Edomites. Okay. So they're mourning to see how it feels to live how Jake been living ever since we've been over here. Jake been catching hell. Now the hell done got worse. The health then got worse. The health of Jake and so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We all bent out of shape as a nation, health-wise. Well, really on every level, you know. Verse 9 again, Isaiah 24:9, it says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. It says the city of confusion is broken down. What does that mean? This fucking place is falling apart. Okay? The system, all right, that you could once use, even though it's wicked, it's a whole wicked setup, you know, you can get by, okay in this place. You go get your job, you know, you work your job, You may not have the best living situation, but you can pay the bills and put some food in the refrigerator. Maybe have you some cable TV, you know, be able to do some things, you know, well, meaning have a little fun, so-called fun. All right. Hey, meet me at the bar. Just got a promotion. You know, the work groups go to a bar or something for happy hour to celebrate the promotion of an employee. That shit is done. Okay. Then how can you rejoice when your wife's leaving you? Just using these examples, you know. And Jake's situation, especially Eve, is gotten worse. The so-called black woman was laid off more than any other group of people in this country. Okay? And nobody wants them. So you know this is fitting onto them well. Meaning it's Isaiah the 24th chapter. You know, in this Isaiah the 24th chapter, in this part of the chapter, starting at the 8th verse, you know, the 9th verse. And Eve is an alcoholic. This is a fact. Most of these so-called black women, okay, they're alcoholics. They stay drunk all throughout the day. All right? They don't have a man. They have a bad attitude because they really are dissatisfied with their situation. They in bad health. They overweight. They don't have a man. They have men running through them, but they don't have men that's there. You know, the majority. Nobody wants you. You see, and now what? You done lost your jobs. A lot of you. A lot of you still have your jobs. A lot of you lost your jobs. You see, so you're in a state of mourning. You hear fireworks popping. I mean, shit, they'll be popping them still right now. Pop, 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 pop. It's on the second going. I mean, it was very, very little sound heard of that, you know? Probably because people don't have the money to go, buy all that after spending that money on Christmas dinner and presents. And people are broke. It says, Isaiah 24, verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down, right? The infrastructure is all tore up. The financial system is, the meaning the economy is jacked up. So that means the job market is affected big time by that, right? People are in bad health, relationships are failing, children are out of control. This Gen Z group, you know, they don't know what the hell is going on. They just out here in cyber world, you know, thinking that life is just supposed to fall in place for them. And they see that it ain't, and it's bugging them out. It says, every house is shut up that no man may come in. Yeah, because eventually these stresses is gonna, this depression, this distress that's on the people because of one of the main things is because money. Money brings about a lot of these problems. Okay? So what's gonna happen eventually, people losing jobs, most people gonna be laid off. The price of the cost of living is gonna continue to go up. And the crime is gonna go up with it. And it's gonna be all out chaos here in these streets. Okay? And everybody gonna be on guard, you know? People have everybody has these doorbell cameras with security attached to them, a security system attached to it because of the times we're living in, you know? Verse 11, it says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And if wine represent, knowledge, wisdom, all right, information. So people are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, you know? And ultimately, they're not gonna figure it out. This truth is out here. Eventually, you know, these people are gonna be seeking our people are gonna be seeking this truth, but it's gonna be too late because they want to figure out what's going on, why is it's a meltdown, what's gonna happen next, what do I do? And it's gonna be too late, you know. It says all joy is darkened. Okay, the mirth of the land is gone, and you can feel it. Ultimately, it's gonna be gone when this place is destroyed. Okay, ultimately, all the wicked works, all of the stress and depression and is gonna be done away with here because America's gonna be done away with. It's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Okay, I'm gonna read that verse again, and I have another precept. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Okay? So we're in the beginning of that time. It's going to get worse. Before this place is destroyed, things are going to get worse. People are going to be more sorrowful for these same reasons. Money problems, relationship problems, the family all broken up and divided. There's no sense of togetherness. All right. And then people in bad health. People are getting in car accidents left and right, health conditions, just different cancers. People are finding out left and right that they have cancer, stage 4 cancers, you know, more and more people on dialysis. Jake is dying, living and dying in dialysis clinics. Okay. So things is all fucked up. A lot of people spend their New Year's in the hospital, battling for their life, or battling a health condition. Okay? Shit, I would like to see the death toll. I know people died over this time. That may be the next video. But let's go to this other precept. This is Proverbs 14 and 13. It says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, especially in these times right now. Fake smiles. There's a lot of fake smiles. People try to smile, put on a smile, whether you in passing of somebody or at a family gathering for New Year's or whatever the case may be. All right, people around each other chuckling, laughing. All right, but really behind that smile is sorrow because they're thinking about their situation on this earth is all fucked up, and I gotta go get triple bypass surgery. But you got some cranberry sauce and turkey or whatever ham before you. Some stuffing. What's that shit called? Dressing. Cornbread stuffing. Whatever that shit's called. I don't like it. I never was into eating that stuff. It says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. So the partying that did go on, there was certain New Year's celebrations and Christmas celebrations. The ones that had them, the people that had them, this was the the end of it. You had your celebration, you toast, you drank wine, ate your food, and some of you went home to broken relationships. Some of you went home to no partner. Can't forget there's a lot of you know, merging of the family under one household. People are losing their houses. They can't maintain their living situation, so they got to go move in with a family member or a friend. Okay? And you get done partying, you go back to your old fucked up situation. You like, damn. And then there's no foreseeable way of how you gonna get out of it. Okay? So everybody's in this, everybody's in sorrow and distress. All right? In a time when it's supposed to be joyous and rejoicing going on. And at one point in time, it was. And I can remember even time before this truth, when I was in in Christmas and New Year's, you know, you seen the spirit of joy, and people was the same shit was going on, but not like it is now. Meaning people were in bad situations, fucked up situations in life, but not like now. This is an unprecedented time. Okay? People are feeling the squeeze that this government is putting on the people because the society is fucking falling all apart and the system is falling all apart. Okay? And you can see it. So the thrill is gone in this place. And people don't even believe there's a, like, damn, how do we even come out? I don't even see how we gonna get out of this. They uncertain. They don't know am I gonna keep my job? Or inflation gonna go up? What's gonna happen? The spirit of uncertainty is here on the people when it's a new year. People, what's your New Year's resolution? You don't know because you're so uncertain. It's the spirit out here. You didn't even hear Happy New Year's too much. Happy New Year's wasn't much of that going on. I have a New Year's resolution. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. People trying to just worrying about if they're gonna be able to have or keep their job. Be able to keep their job. Is their company gonna go under? All right? Which is a sign this place is finished before it's ultimately finished. This place is going to be finished when the Heavenly Father destroy this place. But before it's destroyed, okay, the Most High is zapping this place, all right? Taking the joy out of this place through having this devil come down with wrath in the society. Finding, this place is more toxic than ever. So Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm going to stop right here. And until the next one, I say shalom.